Hey guys, what's up? I have not been live in so long. Hello, everybody on Instagram. We're on Instagram and YouTube. I have not been live in literally, what the heck is going on with this piece of hair? In literally so long. So just wanted to come say hi. And today is like a business Q and answer, question and answer. I've gotten a lot of questions from you guys. I did like a poll over on, or like a little question section over on Instagram to get you guys' questions. So as we're going through this, if you have any other questions that we haven't touched on, let me know. Hi, what's up? Hi, Miss Andre. Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? We're doing a business question and answer as you guys are entering. Put your name, where you're from, something about your business, so we can start the conversation. So I'm not gonna be on live too long, and I know I say this every single time I get on live, and I'll be on here for like an hour. However, I have Bible study tonight, and your girl will not be late. Okay. So anyway, yes, I'm so excited. It's gonna be awesome. Let me turn down my microphone. I guess I'm screaming in the microphone over here on YouTube. There we go. Y'all let me know if you can hear me. If you're on YouTube, put your name, something about your business, where you're from, something to get the conversation started. The whole reason why I go live is because I want to have a conversation with you guys. I want it to be a dialogue, not just a monologue, how it is in normal YouTube videos. So comment down below your name, something about you, something about your business. Get the conversation started. So let's hop into some of the questions I got from Instagram, from I think my community wall or whatever it's called over on YouTube, where I asked you guys what questions you had for me, and you guys went ahead and commented them there. But if you have questions as we're going, reminder, put them in the actual comment section. All right. Cool. Okay, so the first question that I got, this is really like a business and faith question and answer. Because you guys know on my channel, I do a lot of faith-based content, especially like I used to a lot in the past. I am getting back to that, a lot of faith-based content because I am a Christian. And so anyway, oh my God, the cords everywhere. Lord have mercy, ain't been live in forever and forgot how to do it. So yeah, I would say the very first question that I can think of that is not even on this list, but I just thought of because of the whole setup, is how do I go live? So if you're over on YouTube, hey, today this is all about business and faith question and answer. So if you have any business or faith-based questions, comment them down in the comment section and then I will answer them. So if you are over here on YouTube, one of the biggest questions that I get asked is how do I live stream? And like you guys will see, like I can share my screen on live. I can you can see this comment over here from the last live that says thank you so much for this live video. You can see andreadenise.com/infinite over here. You can see all of this on the screen, as well as other sound effects we do, and like we have a whole good time on live video, and I can pop up all types of stuff on the screen. So how do I actually go live? The very first question I'm going to answer is I actually use a system called Ecamm Live. It's ECAMM and live, LIVE. And that is what I use to actually go live over on Instagram or on YouTube. And I'm also live on Instagram as well right now too. And I literally just have my phone on Instagram and my computer actually over here on what is this? YouTube. So yeah, there is another system called like Restream that I used to use. And that way you can like broadcast to all these different platforms at once. However, just to sign in, YouTube is the main place for my actual main computer. And then I'm just going to stick with actual Instagram and stuff like that. So yeah, that would be like the very first question I can think of answering. So the next question I got is kind of a detailed question. So I'm going to try to figure out how to kind of condense what she is saying, but pretty much like how do you stick by God in new seasons? She said like a new job with new coworkers when are filled with like temptation and to do other like unholy things based on what she said. She said I started a new job in my career and I like it a lot, but a lot of them are not Christian and say things / invite me to do things that would stray me further from him. And honestly, I 100% get this. Working within a ministry and not working within a ministry are two very, very, very different things. That's something I realized whenever I made my job switch. And I just realized the difference between them. I don't think either one is worse or better, to be very honest with you. That's just my personal opinion. But I do understand what she's saying whenever she talks about like wanting to do other things that are not necessarily like aligned with her beliefs. So I would just say like stick with your guns, stick with what you like feel like you are being called to in this season. I don't think you have to be like, okay, hear my heart when I'm about to say this. You don't have to be like overly like, you know what I mean, like holier than thou, like, oh, I can't, whatever. But you can just politely say, hey, I don't, that's not really the activity I like to do. But if you want to go to the movies or something, let's hang. Or if you want to go grab something to eat afterwards, we definitely can do that. And one of the biggest tips I have whenever it comes to people asking you to like go to the bars and like go out with them and stuff, honestly, y'all, I will get me a Sprite, put me a lime in it, and call it a day. Because I don't know why so many people, and this is not like, if this is you, it's okay, okay? Ain't no condemnation around here, okay? I don't know why, but so many people, if you are not drinking like at a bar, or if you're not like drinking with people, some people get like weirdly offended. They're like, do you not drink? I'm like, is this like an identity thing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what if I'm just not drinking today? But then if I say no, and then it's like more questions. So usually, in order for me not to have to go through the question loop, I usually will just get me a Sprite or something that looks like it could be something in it, and throw me a lime and call it a day. Okay? Okay. You can also get like virgin margaritas. This is just an example of some of the things that I've seen. Just get like a virgin margarita, or get you something. Get just something so that you don't have to answer all these doggone questions. And I went through this whenever I was vegan/vegetarian. So many people were like, "Oh, you're vegan or vegetarian, whatever. Oh, why?" And then it's like this whole thing, and then they feel like you're attacking them. It's like, no, bro, you asked me why I was vegan/vegetarian. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like this. Like, I'm trying to sway you one way or the other. I'm telling you, for me, if you decide to go on that based on what I've said, that's up to you. That's your business. But for me, this is why I am, and that doesn't mean I'm condemning you for it, right? So anyway, that's the answer to my first question: is stick to your guns, know what you stand for. It's really easy to get swayed left and right if you're not careful, and really who you're around, the top 5 people that you're around will tell you a lot about your life and you moving forward. And so just be very careful on the people that you are surrounding yourself with. Even if you work with them, what you do outside of work, etc., can really actually affect you. So if that was your question, there you go. Okay, I have another question here. It just says encouragement for singles. Then I'm gonna come back to that because I want to think about that a little more. I just got a thumbs up. Maybe that's one of y'all's questions. Okay, I'll answer that one. So just encouragement for singles overall. I would just say, like, one of the things I realized in my single period was, I mean, I'm not married, so technically, if you're not married, you're single, whatever. So one of the things I realized within my single period was that marriage, it is a desire of my heart, and I do believe God is going to fulfill that. However, I don't believe my purpose stops and starts with marriage. I think it will 1000%, like, we're going to be equally yoked, and we will together go after what we're supposed to be going after together. However, I don't think that my sole purpose on this earth is to be married. Do you see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it's not somebody else's, okay? This is for me, okay? So nobody get offended on this, all right? This is just what I'm saying. This is just something I had to realize. So I was like, okay, God, well, if this is not my season to be married and to be in this next phase of my life, then what else do you have for me right now? And asking that question, and then really like digging deep into like, okay, ooh, that's a great question. Yeah, asking, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. But great question though. But yeah, like really like trying to see. I totally forgot my question because I got distracted by your question. It was a good question. Anyway, or what I was saying, but yeah, like I just realized that it didn't stop and start with marriage, and I just asked God, okay, God, like in this season, right now, what is my next step? And I feel like so many times we get so focused on the end goal that we forget that there's actual steps that we can be taking right now with what we have. So as an example of this, I heard a pastor, Pastor Mike Todd, from Tulsa. He was I think it was him or Pastor Stephen Furtick, one of the pastors, I don't know, was talking about God either gives you the mountaintop or he gives you the path, but usually he won't give you both. And I'm like, God, I already know I got the path. And I know why, because if God was to give me the doggone mountaintop and I was to know, I would literally try to trek my own way there, okay? Make my own path. Instead, me and God have had these conversations, and I know he's giving me, okay, Andrea, here's your very next step I need you to take. He don't even give me 10 steps at this point. He just give me 1 or 2. And then once I do those, I seek God for the very next step. So anyway, I say that in terms of encouragement for singles in general. Just know your life does not start and stop when it comes to being married. Like, God has called you to so much, so much. It doesn't have to be this like big, world ending thing. It can literally, maybe he just called you to start a small group. and you're sitting there waiting to be married in order to start this small group for some reason. So like really ask God and like seek God what he wants from you in this season right now and what you can do. And I remember whenever I got to the point of, I remember this so well. I remember I was like seeking after God. I was going after God super, super hard in the season. And I remember praying, and I got to the point where I was like, okay, God, if it is your desire, if I can be more service to you, not married, then Lord, I submit that desire to you. And like when I tell you, that shifted everything, because that one prayer really, I believe, signaled to him, okay, I got her heart now. You know what I mean? Because like we can put marriage on this pedestal. We can make marriage an idol. And that's what I was doing for the longest time. So anyway, seek God and what you need to be doing, not your peers, not somebody else who you see out here online. What do you need to be doing right now in this moment, in this space, and really leveraging that and leaning into that, right? So that's my advice. I would say for singles. I'm not, a singles expert or whatever, but whenever I was walking through the just the tense season of like, oh my God, I need to be married or whatever, I just remember what it felt like in that time. Okay, a question from, I don't know your first name, but a question from American Dude over on YouTube. You said, do you remember the first time you felt his presence around you? Honestly, I don't. I honestly don't. I've trusted God since I was little, since I was like, I remember I was so young when I went and got baptized. Like I told my pastor I wanted to be baptized, and back then I really just wanted, and I told him this too, I really just wanted the little cracker and a juice. At the time, though, I knew God, I love God, right? But I was really doing it so I didn't have to share my mom's cracker and juice on first Sunday. So that's the story behind that. But then I got rebaptized. I got rebaptized once I was like, okay, I'm a little older. I was like 13 at the time. I was like, okay, cool. Got rebaptized and I was good to go. But I don't remember the first time I felt his presence around me, just because when I was younger, I believe God really met me where I was when I was younger, because he knew all the stuff that I was going to have to walk through as I got older, and older as in 13. Okay. A lot of you guys know my story. I lost both of my parents within a 3-month period. My mom from breast cancer, my dad from an asthma attack. My mom had struggled with breast cancer since I was young. My dad was completely healthy. It was a very a out of the blue type of situation with my dad. And so anyway, I say all that to say is I really believe God really met me where I was. And I remember I was super close with God. He was my best friend when I was younger. And yeah, and I just remember he met me whenever I was really young, and I walked with him ever since, because I grew up in the church. I grew up in Sunday school. My grandma was a big Christian. It was just kind of a part of who I was as I grew up. So I don't necessarily remember the very first time I felt his presence around me, but I do know he captured me and captured my heart as a little girl, because he knew I wasn't gonna be able to make it through without him, and he was right. So there's that. That's a great question. If you guys have any more questions, comment them down below as well, and we'll answer them. I have Bible study in not a few minutes, but we can spend 20 more minutes on here. So if y'all have questions, don't wait. Put them in the comment section. Okay, next question. Oh my God, there's so many questions. So I'm trying to figure out which ones to answer. I'm trying to figure out the quickest ones to answer. Okay, quick question. I'll go to the quickest first, I guess. Will you bring back the cast oil challenge you did on your YouTube channel? Honestly, y'all, maybe, probably not. Okay, that's kind of the answer on that. Maybe. But I don't really do a ton of hair care content. Honestly, I'll be putting my hair in braids so I can work out. So I really don't be doing nothing to my hair. I use Olaplex all the time. Olaplex be getting me right. But I'll do an updated hair care video for y'all. But probably not on the cast oil challenge. And if we do, I'll be sure I promote it a lot so that you guys know what's coming. And I'll send it out to my email list. So if you're not on my email list, go ahead and get on that. Go to my website, andreadenise.com. And then I'm trying to think of the best way to join that. Yeah, on my actual homepage, you can join the email list from there. What app do you use to edit pictures and or videos? So it depends on which type of pictures. So pictures, I usually if I did a brand photo shoot, I do my photos with my friend. She's a really, really good photographer, and we started out YouTube and content creation, all this stuff together. And so we've kind of continued together as well. Not kind of. We've definitely continued together. And so she will shoot my photos for me, and I will usually edit them in Lightroom, or she'll edit them for me in Lightroom. Either way. But I use Lightroom for editing of photos. I've used what is it called? Facetune, I think. I haven't edited an actual photo in a very, very long time. So that's on my, I don't know. But yeah, I would say Facetune. Yeah, but I haven't been posting a ton of photos. I will say Canva is how I create my like graphics and stuff. So Canva can be part of that. And then videos, I use Final Cut Pro. A lot of you guys do know, if you guys have been around here a while, I do have a video editor that helps me edit my actual videos, my YouTube videos specifically. And yeah, we both use Final Cut Pro. So yeah, trying to think, I think CapCut is another system I've used before. Usually if I'm creating a reel, I usually just create it, or like a reel or a TikTok or a short form piece of content, I usually just create it inside of the actual app. So if it's a video over on, like it was a reel, I'll just usually like film it over on Reels and then download it from there if it's like a talking video. So that's usually what I do. Or I'll edit it into TikTok, but I never edit it in YouTube Shorts. I'm like, that's still clunky and ugly, and I'm not here for that yet. So I will post on YouTube Shorts, but I don't edit in there. So yeah, I usually just use TikTok or Instagram for like reels or short form content, and then I will use like CapCut, I think is another one. Yeah. Yeah. And then I do, like, if I'm repurposing YouTube videos, I will use Final Cut Pro, and you can create like reels inside of Final Cut Pro. So that's usually what I use as well. Let's see your question. Alexa, you said, what would you say to someone who had a bad experience with a that's a great question. I would say I'm definitely sorry you had that experience. That's definitely the first thing I would say. Sorry, the question is, I know you guys can't see over here on Instagram, but the question is, what would you say to someone who had a bad experience with a business coach before they felt as though God had led them to? So pretty much like, what would you say to somebody who had a bad experience with a business coach that you felt like God led you to? Yeah, I would say I'm sorry you had that experience first and foremost. I think it's tough. Oh my God, I have so many things to say. I have had amazing coaches, and I've also had some interesting coaches. I'm not gonna say they were bad coaches, but what I will say is, before I joined programs, and the reason why I entered that last program I was in, that was like, I didn't really seek God on it, to be honest, but I remember my very first business coach, the one that I'm considering my very first business coach, the one that was super impactful for me. I was seeking God for it, like, over and over and over again, and I got confirmation time and time again that was the program I needed to join. So that's what I would say on that, but it's hard. Like, I think it's one of those things where it's like, it happens. It's one of those things that happens, and it's kind of like, it is very discouraging because we spend a lot of money. You know, like, coaching is not cheap. A lot of coaching programs are 4 figures, 5 figures. So I definitely feel for you 1,000%. I'm trying to think, because the coach that I worked with, that I knew that God had led me to, I had a great experience with. The coach that I did not see God on, I did not have the best experience with. But I think the biggest thing I guess I'll frame it like this. Whenever it comes to choosing a coach next time, I would 100% pray about it. I would seek God on it, especially if it's an expensive program or a pricey program, no matter what. Like, you want somebody speaking into your business that has, for me, this is my opinion, okay, and how I choose my coaches. I like to pick people who have similar values to me, because I'm not about to be manifesting nobody's crystals or none of that to get business success. I'm gonna do this God's way. I'm gonna do this biblically, okay? That's how I'm gonna do it. 'Cause I'm not gonna lose it trying to see crystals or whatever the heck the same way I got it, right? Because if you create it by yourself, if you create it without God, you're gonna have to sustain it without God. So when it comes for me, it's like, I like to choose people who I know have similar values to me, and one of their principles isn't gonna be to, I don't know, like, crystalify your house and stuff, okay? So that's my opinion, all right? That is my opinion. So that's one thing I would say in terms of that. I think the best thing as well is, like, knowing that not every coach is like that. You won't have a bad experience with every coach. Again, I have had bad experiences with coaches, but more so, like, I've had more good experiences with coaches than bad ones. So it's really hard for me to, like, answer this question, like, fully, because I've had amazing experiences with coaches. Sorry, I'm kind of waving at these people over on Instagram. But yeah, I would say also moving forward is like really being sure of what that person's program really like, really entails, so that you are sure that what you are joining is what you need, right? So I would definitely say do your research whenever you're looking at an actual coach, looking at somebody who you want to invest your time, money, and business into. Like, be sure you do your research. Be sure you know what their program is offering you and how you can actually get the best results. One thing that I always ask coaches, and something I ask potential clients as well, is like, what is the best step for success? Like, what are the biggest keys that people in the past who have done really, really well in this program, what have they done? And then if they tell me an answer that I don't think I can do, but not like a limiting belief type of do, okay? Like if it's like, oh, you gotta spend $100,000 in ads, that's a no. You know what I mean? Like, so that's just like an example. But if they say, oh, they showed up to coaching calls, they've done this, they've done that, and it's like reasonable things that will challenge you, but will still put you in the right like frame of mind, and you can just like push through it maybe a little bit hard, but you can like sustain. It is something that I'll be like, okay, cool. Like this would be a good option for me. So I'm definitely sorry you've had a bad experience with a past coach, especially one that you felt like God led you to. 1,000%, I definitely get that. But just know, not all coaches are like that. And kind of like the same way how, say we're dating somebody and we desire to be married and that person turns out to not be our person. Does that mean we stop dating? No. That just simply means that we keep looking, we keep going after it. Like we may pause for a minute, but we definitely keep going after it. We don't give up overall. So I definitely would just encourage you not to give up overall, and just do like heavy research, like watch all of our content, see if they're aligned with you. A big thing for me is actually like personalized coaching. And for me in my program, I work one-on-one with our clients. Even though it is a group coaching program, you get one-on-one help inside of our program, because I want to be sure you're getting advice that is specifically tailored to your business. There's nobody's business like yours, so you need that customized advice. So anyway, that's another thing that I usually ask as well, is like, what does that one-on-one, like real-time feedback, what does that look like? So yeah, but I'm definitely sorry you had that experience. 1,000%. It's tough. Like, it's definitely tough. Like, I don't even want to tell y'all how much I paid. I paid over $20,000 for a program that I was like, and that hit me right in the gut, right? That's my heart, right in the gut. Ebony said, my issue, I need specialized steps, not general. Yes. Googleable. Yes. Things. And that's what I always end up paying for. Hold on. Because that's a great, I'm gonna read that again just because I know I like ran through that. People on YouTube, Ebony said, my issue is that I need specialized steps, not general Googleable things. And that's what I always end up paying for. Shaking my head. 1,000%. And I'll be honest, until I invested high ticket into an actual coaching program with a proven process, I was getting the same things. And I was ending up in the same places. 1,000%. So I definitely say, like, work with a coach who has a proven process, who has an actual, like, step-by-step process to get you the results in their program. Like, for us, our process is a proven process. If you do the work and you show up and do the work, we actually have a program guarantee that I will work with you for free until you see the results that we promise you inside of the program. That's how proven our process is. And so it is like you said, it is not generalized Googleable steps and things like that, because that's super easy. There's so many things we can get out online. There's so many TikTok videos and stuff like that, but there really is value in joining an actual coaching program. And usually I would say, don't just go for the courses. Go for an actual coaching program where the coach can actually step-by-step walk you through and help you. And that's what we do inside of our program. And that's why I did not create it as just a course. A course would be easy to create. Anybody can create a course and put it out there and sell it. But I wanted to actually see transformation. I wanted to actually see movements and impact within people's businesses. Yes. Yes, you would love a referral. Girl, yeah. It depends. Like, what are you looking for right now within a coach? Because you said, and I'm a reader, so if it's on Google, I already know it. Exactly. Boom. Period. So yeah, if you were let me know what you're interested in. And also you can send me a DM as well. And then we can chat through what you're looking for to see if our program will be good for you. Just because again, the other day, one of my clients was struggling and I was like, listen, I really want you to dial in your messaging a little bit more, right? So we stayed after the coaching call to be sure she was very clear. And when I tell y'all, that literally set her up to she literally made such a huge like transformation. She took action immediately and made all the changes she needed to make, and boom, we're good to go. So for us, I'm gonna make sure you're where you need to be. Okay, it's just you have to be able to be coachable. You have to be able to like listen and trust us, and have that mutually beneficial like trust. And it's like, listen, I have your best interest at heart, but I'll also know that you are the business owner. So I'm going to advise you. I am your guide, but I am not like, obviously I'm not your savior. I want to still like empower you to be the CEO and the actual business owner that you are. But I want to be able to guide you to the right answers. You know what I mean? So like, I don't just teach people what to do. I teach people how to think. Okay. Boom. So yes, DM me. Would love to see you over there, girl. I am hot, honey. Every single live video, my air. I'm like, I need to turn this thing down. Okay. So what time is it? I need to leave here. Bible study starts at 7. I need to leave here. I need to be off of here at 6:20. Yeah. Because Bible study be packed, okay? And I like to sit in the front because I get distracted. Anyway. Okay, so more questions is, what is your content creation batching process like? I'll be honest, I filmed a YouTube video on this, but I honestly cannot remember. Yes, I got you, boo. I will set you up. I got you. I'll run marathons from there. That's usually all we need. Is like that one little thing and that person can run off. So yes, girl, DM me. We'll chat about that. Yeah, my content batching process, I did film a video about it, but I honestly cannot remember if it went out or not. Cannot remember. It may still be in the hands of my video editor. It may be in my hands. I need to like just post it. I don't know, but it's a whole process. I would say the first step is researching. I will research actual like topics. I will look at other people's like content. I will look at like our content planning matrix that I've created that I give to my infinite audience clients that I also of course use as well. I don't teach you nothing that I don't do. But yeah, I use that. And that's like the first step is like the research kind of like title generating stage. From there, I go on to actual, I believe, what's my next step? My next step is I usually like script the videos. I will script them. I will do SEO. Usually SEO comes before scripting. SEO, keywords, all that stuff usually comes before scripting, so I can ensure, I can ensure that those keywords, all the searchable stuff, all the SEO things are included in that description, are included in the actual, like what I'm speaking out into the actual video. And then from there, I will film the video. And then from there, I create thumbnails. And then I kind of go from there. And then usually I'll post it, of course. Usually, and I'm trying to go really fast, okay. Usually I will film. I don't film more than 4 videos in one day. I used to do that, but then I could just tell my energy dropping and I got bored, and you can tell, and I'm like, nah. And so I usually only film like maximum 3 videos in one sitting, but usually on Saturdays, that is my filming days. And I usually try to plan it out. So if I know I'm going out of town, I will try to like plan in advance, for example, to be sure I stay on schedule and stuff. So Saturdays are usually my filming days. I will film about 3 videos there. Sometimes I'm doing like a day in the life or a week in the life, which my camera is literally right back there because I was filming. But yeah, day in the life, making a vlog. Yes, that's like the quick version. But I do have a YouTube video that's coming out. It's like super, super detailed. And I was like, you ever blow yourself away with your own videos? I was like, this is a very good video. This is a really good video. It was like super detailed. So whenever it comes out, you guys will see it. It's really all about like my content batching process, how I create content, the flow of it, all that, and not be overwhelmed at the same time. What's the other question? It's like down there on the, hold on. It's like down there on the screen. Okay, where are we at? We have a few more minutes. Okay, a quick question is, should I grow an audience before like launching my actual product or service? Yes. Quick answer, yes. Why? Who the heck are you going to sell to if you don't have an audience? Who are you going to sell to? Who knows you exist? Who knows your product or service exists? You need to build you an audience. Now, do you have to build this big old audience before you start selling? No, but you do need an audience, okay? Whether that's 100 people or not, right? Entrepreneurial burnout. Yeah, it sucks. I experienced entrepreneurial burnout, really content creation burnout, for a while, but it was because I was overcomplicating the process, and it was all like mindset gunk. You know what I mean? Like it was like this big elephant in the room type of situation rather than like, okay, what is this actually? Like, is this really as detailed and as like extra as you're making it? No? Okay. And my word for 2022 was simple. And well, I did not do the simple routes, which is probably why I burnt out. So anyway, yeah, entrepreneurial burnout absolutely sucks. I have videos on my channel all about it though, and like what I walked through this recent season, where I had kind of been, why I took a break. Also, we can't like deny we went through a whole global panini, and so that had a big kind of, you know, thing on it too. So if you're feeling burnt out, if you're feeling like blah, it'll come back. Just know, but like little steps, like baby steps. Like was I like thrilled to hop on this live video today? No, but I did it because I said I was gonna do it. Yeah. So I'm in Dallas. I am in Dallas. Okay. What best practices for service providers to use YouTube to attract clients? This is a big question. I don't know what to ask this, but it's a big question, boo. Okay, so best practices for service providers, like wanting to use YouTube to attract clients. First and foremost, create the videos. Excuse me, goodness. One of the big things is a lot of people will overthink it, over strategize, over plan. Create your first video. Ain't nobody, like, a lot of people not gonna see your first 10 videos anyway. So go ahead and get those out of the way, and like know in your mind that those are gonna be crusty. Okay. Once you have that in your mind and you can take out the thought that it has to be like this, like overly produced, perfect production, then you'll be good to go. Okay. Your first 10 videos are gonna be crusty. So accept that fact. Let's move on. Okay. Then after those first 10 videos, usually what I say is you want to know who your target audience is, which we go through this entire process within the Infinite Audience program, okay? So we literally detail out what your unique U factor is, what makes you different, what kind of sets you apart within your market, and then from there, we detail in the highest level of detail possible who your target audience is and who your target person is overall. Where are they right now, and then where do they want to be, and then how do we make content that bridges that gap for them, okay? So that's the biggest thing I would say. And then the third thing, I guess, or fourth thing, I don't know what number one. The next thing I would say is to make content that people are looking for. A big issue on YouTube is people forget that it's a search engine. So if I'm on Google and I typed in best food for my turtle, and then airplane flights popped up, I'd be like, this has nothing to do with what I just typed in, right? Okay, so make content that people are looking for, right? So if somebody's looking for cool vegan recipes for your children's lunch, then make a very specific video on that very specific topic that literally answers that specific question. Okay, so what are questions you have to first know who your target audience is. You have to know what makes you different, and then from there you have to be able, you have to be able to communicate with them in a very specific way, answering their very specific questions. But you can't answer their questions if you don't know who they are, and then what their problems are, and what they struggle with, and like where they want to be, where they want to go. It doesn't have to be this like, you know, big earth-shattering, you know, like type of thing. It can simply be, I use this example with my clients stuff, and they always laugh when I say this, but say your toe is hurting and it's because you need to, like, you know, cut your toenail or whatever. It's a little too long in them sneakers, and I'll never say sneakers. Anyway, in the sneakers, and your toenail is hurting, right? The problem is your toenail is hurting. What is the solution? To go buy an actual toenail clipper or whatever, you know, whatever the solution. Let's just say the solution is to buy a toenail clipper. That's the solution. And so it's just as simple as that. It doesn't have to be this like this big, you know, earth-shattering problem that you solve. It can be as simple as, what is a simple thing that people are looking for that you can be the answer to? So the biggest thing is, how do you serve people? How do you help people? How do you get them from being stuck to like thriving? That's our goal. That is our job as entrepreneurs. I don't know anybody who started this thing to try to like, this crap is hard. Why would we just start this to just be posting random stuff? Like, let's post stuff that actually has an impact, that actually helps people. You know what I mean? So yes. Anyway, okay, we have a few more minutes. What other questions? Hey, Shaka girl. What other questions do you guys have about faith or business? I am starting back some like faith talk type of videos on my channel. So if you guys have any other questions regarding that, let me know. Y'all, I have the cutest setup coming. I literally just went all the way out. Yay, good. I just went all the way out to the store. And I got the cutest freaking chair ever. And it's such a cute little like YouTube setup for these videos. Super cute. I don't do a ton of sit down videos, but when I do, it's about to be a vibe. Okay, it's about to be comfy. It's about to be cozy. So let me know what type of like Christian type of topics you want me to talk about. They can merge, business. They can just be about, faith. It can be about whatever y'all want it to be about. So just let me know. You can DM it to me. You can comment on my YouTube channel wall. Whatever you want to do, okay? Just let me know whatever you want to see. Maybe I'll post something over on my Instagram. That's what I'll do. I'll post something on my Instagram and come and just reply to that, or just DM me some different like topics and questions that you may have. So yeah, y'all. What other questions? What other topics? Anything else? I think we got to everything. I think we missed it on one. Yeah. I may say this for a whole video though, because this is a long answer. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, since you guys are here live, I want to give you guys the opportunity for us to talk live. But okay, I have 7 minutes. Someone said stories from your own journey and ways God has helped you and showed you the way. Like how God saved me. Oh, that's what I wrote for myself. And so I wrote like a topic of being like how God has saved me from me. And I will say like, how God has showed me the way. I will honestly say like my entire life, God has been really guiding me. And it's funny because usually when I don't seek God, I usually regret it afterwards. And so I will say, I'm trying to think one of the biggest times, I will say like my very first time joining like a very high ticket coaching program. I was praying about it. Like I told you guys earlier, I was really like seeking God about it. Like, hey God, there's a lot of money. Let me know if this is the step you want me to take. And it was. And honestly, I got confirmation after confirmation. I then had someone come in and pay a chunk of the actual payment plan. And I was like, yo, what? It was so cool. But just like I would say, that's a big time that God has guided me. Another big time that God has guided me is in this past season that I went through. It was like a really like tough season. It was like we had just came out of the panini. It was just like loneliness and like working from home, and then knowing I needed to do like some type of shift. I just felt like blah, and really like God like walking me and holding my hand through everything. Though there were times where I was not seeking Him, there was time, and that's again, I regretted it. But through those times, like seeing God's faithfulness and seeing how like God showed up for me, even though I was out here wilding in my, not like wilding to me is very probably different than a lot of other people, but wilding in my own way. Wilding as in I was like not seeking God. So, and I could feel it. I could feel that I was like struggling with anxiety. I was struggling with like, like depressive episodes and things like that. And I was like, what is this? I've never faced this before. I have no idea what this is. So anyway, just like allowing God to like guide me along that journey has been awesome. So yeah, but I will do a more detailed video about that because I feel like that's like a big, big video. And like, I'll probably title it, what I'm thinking of right now is like how God saved me from me. And I'll kind of like walk through that journey and that process and stuff like that. But yeah, if you guys have any other content topics or anything like that, let me know. DM me or comment them under this video or anything. Just you can comment under really any video. I'll find it somehow. Or just comment under like a Christian video, or if it's a business question, comment under any business video that I have on my channel or something like that. Or of course, you just DM me over on Instagram. So. Okay, lovelies, I'm about to go ahead and hop off. I'm heading to Bible study, so I will see you guys later. We are going to be doing weekly live streams at minimum, so every Wednesday at 5:30 CST, okay? So, be here or miss out, because I'm probably not going to save these live videos. It's just going to be for people who are in the room. So, anyway, I will see you guys later, and I hope you guys have an amazing Wednesday and an amazing rest of y'all's week. Bye, y'all.